lovely sight you are. Welcome to the GENI Christmas party. GENI Christmas dinner. The traditional, the time-honoured, the perpetual annual Christmas party of GENI, organised by the wonderful Ruana. And for our Jewish friends, happy Hanukkah. When does Hanukkah start?
On the 1st of December.
I think it's this week somewhere. 8 days, isn't it, Hanukkah?
Yeah.
8 days. 8 days, yeah. That's Christmas.
It could actually be.
One more jacket.
There's one less spontaneous.
So welcome. I've been involved with GENI since 1992. On my assessment, that is up to 31 years. And I did my exposure to it through Rwanda in October 1992 when I did Money and You.
And Secret Drop was
Yeah, I did it with you guys too.
And Julie.
And it was through Money and You that we learned about a guy called Buckminster Fuller that most people still haven't heard about. And GENI was founded after Bucky died by Peter Myson, who's still the executive chairman, on the vision of Bucky that one of the ways to drive peace and cooperation between nations was to buy and sell electricity. Interesting idea, isn't it? Buying and selling electricity, then you won't kill each other. So obviously, and you look at what Russia is doing in terms of supplying energy into Western Europe. It's a great example, and indeed now there's over 100 countries buying and selling electricity from each other. Now, why electricity? And so the whole vision of GENI is around making the planet work for everybody and not just a minority. And Bucky says, so what's the difference between poverty-stricken countries and wealthier countries? By the way, it's not rich or poor, third world, no, that's really gone. Now you really start to think in terms of 4 levels of wealth. So there's the poorest nations, and then level 4, that's us. It goes on a daily basis. So the poorest nations earn $2 a day, and then the wealthier nations like us, we each earn $30 a day. That's the sort of cut-off date. $30 a day, 7 days, $210,000 a year. The levels 1, 2, 3, and 4. Interesting case in point, Nigeria. It's 193 million people, I think. Wow, quite an extraordinary country, and to think that it's third world, no, it's not. And when you start thinking levels 1, 2, 3, and 4, you think about the world differently. So Bucky says, so what's the difference between rich and poor countries? What's the foundational difference? And I ask many people this question. The answer is electricity. The foundational difference between rich and poor. We go from level 1 to level 4, electricity. And when you move up that scale, the more electricity you have, GDP goes up. And what goes down? Birth rate. Birth rate.
And poverty.
Yeah, GDP goes up. So that deals with the poverty question, but birth rate goes down. So every single OECD country, for example, has a birth rate below 2.1 children per adult woman, which is the maintenance level. Bucky's vision and GENI's vision is if we get electricity to the whole planet, this is why GENI is in existence, we share this message, if we get electricity to the whole planet, then the GDP of every nation goes up, the health of people goes up. There's a direct correlation between GDP and health and lifespan. You don't need as many children. It's not, most people think because they have less children because you get electricity so you can watch TV at night.
That's exactly right.
But the fact is, countries that don't have electricity, they have children as their labour. But then, because you don't have clean water, the death rates amongst children are much higher than they are in level 3 and 4 countries. So our vision for GENI is to have everyone having abundant electricity, and most of the world's problems will disappear. The world's population will stabilise and drop. And indeed, when we did Money and You, Sigurd, did you do it in '93 with me?
Yep.
Yeah, there's an interesting line. Bucky predicted that there would be more homosexuals, more gays and lesbians, because nature, the universe, would produce more homosexuals and lesbians to make sure there aren't too many kids on the planet. Interesting idea. Now, Italy's birth. So Japan, if you read anything about demographics, Japan's in big trouble. China's population dropping, and indeed what you read in the paper about the world's population is not accurate. It's being sold a pup in the name of the population continues to increase. No, it doesn't. Every single level 4 country has a reducing population. So this is a big game that we're wanting to play. What electricity also enables is education. The Hunger Project, Susan Barton was involved in the Hunger Project in '92, '93. I was in New York at one of the UN events. The Hunger Project, it still quotes the number, which I believe to be accurate, that in Africa, 100 million African women on average spend 6 hours a day getting firewood and water. What do the men do? They sit on their ass and do nothing. Very interesting. But very interesting. You know, they're the warriors. You know, they sit there. So the women, so the Hunger Project, so you go, wow. Imagine having electricity. That these women, instead of spending 6 hours getting firewood and water, bang, you've got a pump, you've got water, bang, you can educate the kids, changes everything. So that's why this is such an exciting game to play. That's why I've been involved with GENI for 30 years. And every time I do a speech at a major conference, I always talk about Bucky, and I provoke people's thinking to go, what is the difference? Now, right now, we have an interesting challenge because GENI is on about available, affordable electricity. And there's some shitty stuff happening that's going to make electricity very expensive. And that's a challenge for GENI, and Rue and I disagree. We have significant philosophical differences within GENI because we need electricity. Getting rid of electricity in the name of saving the planet will kill all of us. Now, what do you call the people who hate human beings? There are people on the planet who reckon the world would be a better place if they all got rid of us. I'm opposed to that idea. I want to stick around. I want to hear Jerry playing drums. I want to drink lots of wine. I don't want to die. What do you call the people who hate misanthropists? That's right, misanthropists. Sorry? Misanthropism is being opposed to human beings being on the planet. And there's, people quote scientists who go, oh yes, if we got rid of all the insects on the planet, we'd all die. But if we got rid of all the human beings on the planet, everyone would thrive.
So they should live their credo then. They should actually shoot themselves.
That's right.
Correct. That's right. If they were genuine about that, they should shoot themselves. Yeah. So, Bucky was all about making the planet work for all of us, and always understood how to behave in a way to minimise harm. And for a long time, since I was about a teenager, I adopted the policy that life is very simple. The universe is here for us. And the principle is take what you want, put back more than you take. Interesting idea, isn't it? Take what you want, put back more. Now, I've been an organic farmer since 1976, 47 years. Our property is up in Dalesford. If you drive on the Dalesford, Trentham Road, you'll see the Co-Vest name. 47 years of no chemicals. I've been involved in GENI since 1992. So renewable energy. I'm CEO of a hemp company. I'm president of the National Hemp Body, driving regenerative agriculture. We have a soil crisis. We have a waste. We have a water pollution crisis. We have plastic pollution crisis. And let's focus on solving those. And that's what Bucky also said. How do we make the planet work for everybody? So it's an exciting big game to play. So I thank you all for being here. There's a deep purpose for what we do. We have raised money to get solar facilities into East Timor. I got one of my clients to put in some $20,000. We put in a solar facility to a fishing village of 200 people who had no electricity. That was fantastic. Putting this, they've been missed on the grid. So the East Timor had a grid, national grid, but they didn't do this fishing village. So we did an exercise like that. We give solar rooftop facilities to pensioners, Drew, or do we give it to them at half price?
We get them at non-profit
Zero.
costs, and they only make a donation to GENI, like pass a gift to pass it forward, you know. So we pay for the whole lot.
So we pay, GENI pays for the whole lot, so pensioners who can't afford it themselves, so affordable electricity. So if we had someone giving us millions of dollars, we could do lots of good stuff. But we're in the game, sharing the vision. We've got a website, and I'm out there. Jerry talks about it, other people talk, Rue talks about it, but every time I do a speech I talk about Bucky, Julian talks about it, and we share this message of hope. It's a very positive message. Now we've got some thank yous to do. Of course, firstly, thank you to Rue for organising tonight. And thank you Sigrid for I'm going to change all of the averages here because I'm going to live till at least 120. So my game plan is to be around for living a long time. You know, life's too long for this bloke, that's what everyone will say.
As long as you
But-
like me.
But great idea. Life is too short, so living in the present moment, enjoy today. This opportunity that we have, we're together tonight. Now we've got some thank yous. Firstly, the grilled burgers. Who's never been to grilled? Hands up. Okay, so Roo, you'll be pleased to know grilled. I'm on the board also of the Kids Foundation. I've been for 7 years. Kids Foundation. We teach kids how to take sensible risks. I need that water. I am that soap water.
It is so water, doesn't it?
That's right. It's not vodka. Good idea. Hamish McLaughlin's on the board with me at Kids. Jo Stuckey is the chairman, and she is the advisor to the owner of Grilled. So there's a nice link to Grilled, and so I will tell that story. But Grilled have given us over $1,000 from Local Matters Jars, which is fantastic. And the philosophy, just go to Grilled. Look, don't have a burger. Just look at how the young people there work. It's quite interesting, you know, compared to a lot of places. What's the name of the guy who founded it? Anyway, so he comes from a deep philosophy of looking after young kids and helping them grow and create a great space. Next, we have to thank Ventrell P. What is it?
They're a-
Venture IP.
Ventra IP.
Venture IP.
They're a Melbourne,
Ventra IP.
Melbourne boys, host the website of that. They, instead of us paying $220 a year for our website, they only let us pay 10%. So that's a saving.
They support us. So $600 a year, it's fantastic. Thanks. Ventra IP. This is on our website, isn't it? On our GENI website.
We should put it on.
Venture's not on there.
We should
We
put it on
should
there.
thank them for this.
And-
Then we have Karina, Jacinta's mum. There's Jacinta. Hey, Karina. She goes out the Christmas hamper that someone's going to win tonight, and there's another Christmas hamper being raffled on Sunday to raise us some money. So thank you, Karina. And we thank all of you guys for being here tonight. Big round of applause for yourselves. Thank you. For being made aware of this work that we do. It's important work because I've found in life. You get one idea from something, you say something to somebody, you never know where it goes. Time and time I find that amazing stuff happening. Then Samath, who's supporting our solar team. Tell us about Samath Group.
Oh, he gives us non-profit costs for the solar panels, and he looks after, like, we were there on, with Anita on Saturday, and within an hour, and he's in India, and we're calling him, and he's telling us to do this, and we couldn't do it, so then he does it. Like, he was just wonderful. He's a wonderful supporter of GENI, he loves the whole philosophy, and he loves to be on board, so.
And Sigrid, is Tony your partner?
Tony's my husband.
Your husband?
Your boy.
So we then we need to thank the GENI team. So we do so much throughout the year. We meet on Zoom only 7 times per year to make sure that we can be effective and do what we come up with great ideas. Ruanda does a fantastic job driving. She's the train driver. We come along for the ride and then she picks our brains and gives us some ideas, correct?
I'll keep pushing you.
We have 2 events a year, the comedy gala, I think, and our Christmas party. And so we thank Jerry and Jay. Jay went because he has to feed the cat. I think he has to feed the cat at
He's got
midnight.
a little kitten.
That's right, so he has to go to
He's
bed
gone
at
to
9
bed,
o'clock,
he's gone
so
to
he can
bed.
wake up at midnight to feed the kitten. And Jacinta and Willem and Rwanda, we thank all of them.